Hey, my Taurus babies. What's happening? I know y'all like, where the hell have you been, lady? I apologize. I ain't even got no good excuses other than I've been traveling. I am back in the desert where I belong. Thank you very much. So since I fucked up so royally, this is going to be a free read. We're going to do love from now, what's the day? The 5th through the 15th. That's next Friday. I'm going to lay out 9 cards. It ain't got nothing to do with the recent past. None of that shit. I'm going to just lay out 9 cards and I'm going to read till we leave. That's where we're going. Get it out. They used to, back in the, I'm going to say up until, I think the 15th or 16th century, they used to do what they call bloodletting. And so if you were sick with some crazy shit they didn't know nothing about back in the 13, 14, 1500s, they would start just cutting and let the blood. And in a lot of instances, believe it or not, it worked. Of course, in a lot of other instances, you know, you can't get rid of some shit. But anyway, we're going to let this be the bloodletting since I missed the weekly. And we're going to go past the week. And we're going to see where we go with this. Some of you need a bloodletting. I'm just saying. Because y'all got so much anxiety built up. That's what I've been feeling for the past couple of days. I was fortunate enough on my trip to be around some Tauruses. And so I can kind of get a little level on my own energy. But it feels like some of y'all need to get a knife and cut some shit off, cut some shit out, and let the bleeding begin. And I think for a lot of us, when it gets down to situations, sometimes we have a fear of getting cut, if you will, getting punched in the face. And I don't mean literally, obviously, but just that fear of the other shoe falling or something happening. And that's kind of the energy that's going on now. A lot of us are just kind of trapped in fear. The fuck, we don't know what's going on. We're trying to get back with somebody. I know that energy is very prevalent for Tauruses right now, with exes kind of making nigga. I know while I was gone, I must have got 10 phone calls from 10 different people about 10 different things from my past. So a lot of you may be experiencing something similar where you've got exes, not even exes, people you were just friendly with, didn't necessarily have an intimate relationship with, and everybody's kind of circling back. In that, the people that are circling back to you may be situations that have the ability now to be a full committed relationship. So that's a heads up. Let's see what we got going on to the 14th. So our overall shadow. And on the back end of that, positive movement forward. Sacral chakra. Hope. Truth. Rejoice and celebration. The challenge and centerpiece for this reading is new beginnings. Oh shit. Universe, spiritual union, sacrifice, and disruption. And let me just tell you, because I don't know, I know I've said it before, but I don't know how many times I've said it recently. This disruption is akin to the Tower card, but for me, now other readers may get something different, but for me, what I get is when I see this versus the Tower, this is about personal things being moved. Let me rephrase that. This is about other people's shit that kind of rearrange your shit. So for example, if you work in an office as a secretary and one of the other secretaries leaves or one of the other admins leaves, you may have to take on, it might disrupt you because somebody's pulling their block out. In a love relationship, it may be your lover is transferring, and they're not just transferring across town or to another part of the state. No, they gotta be moving way west, way east, way north, way south. That block, it's not about you personally, but it affects you in a big way. So when I see the disruption card, I don't know why I'm explaining this, but I am. When I see this versus a tower, it's the same, but it's different, because this is really circumstances that aren't really in your control. And usually in this instance, and I say it about the tower as well, but the more grounded part of this energy is in this card. Really about choices and things that you may make with other people, but it's a disruption, and that disruption is good. You don't move into no house. Come on now. I don't care what you're moving out of. You can be moving out of a shoebox into a house. You don't move into no house without no chaos and disruption. You just don't. It's some shit going on for the first 3 months you move somewhere, because you have to get unpacked, and it's chaotic and it's disruptive. So when you see this, don't get all the panicky and, oh, it's gonna be awful. No, not really. Not really. And usually this is about other people, but it always comes up as a good heads up, because it kind of gives you some insight as to what may be going on in the other person's situation. So now, overall, from the bottom of this deck, 2 of Cups is hitting the shadow, and the 10 of Wands is hitting the positive movement forward. Y'all know I ain't remember nothing yet. I should know what the sacral chakra is. I don't. I'm just crazy. All right, let me get back to that. Where's my book? Oh, here it is. That's what happens when you go out of town. Shit just gets all discombobulated. Anyway, okay, that's the I want. I'm gonna make sure I got my stuff right. So on top of the I want, you have the 5 of Coins. A reminder, I read my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. 5 of Coins on the I want. You can't give me what I want, so I'm walking away. That's exactly what that's saying. 3 of Wands on top of the Hope. Wheel of Fortune on top of the Truth. Rejoice and Celebration pulls the 8 of Swords. The Challenge and Centerpiece card, New Beginnings, pulls the 8 of Coin. Universe pulls the 9 of Coin. In succession. Oh, shit. Spiritual Union pulls the Hangman. Sacrifice. And it's telling me to say right up. Upright. It popped out upright. I don't know. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Sacrifice pulls the Princess of Wands and the Disruption. See, it's just like that. Disruption is just that kind of shit. That chaotic, frenetic, oh my God, are you kidding? What are we doing? We got to go here. Got to get boxes. We need tape. Somebody needs a dolly. Get the truck. Da-da-da. That's that kind of energy. That confusing, conflicting, oh boy, here we go type shit. So, let's see what we got going on in love for the next 9, 10, 11, 12 days to the 15th. So right now, and this is not going to resonate with everybody, so let's get that part cleared up first. But right now, for whomever this is resonating with, the shadow with the 2 of Cups on top of it. This is what the fuck we dealing with. Those of us that are in the thick of this shit, this is what we dealing with. There are probably, in your experience, 1 or 2 people you're trying to get with. Period. End of discussion. If you're in that limbo state where you kind of, messing around with this one, but ain't nobody really throwing nothing down on the table. And with that, this is our overall, dealing with that shadow. Damn, can I do, and let's just be fucking for real. It usually comes down to like 3 things. Sex, money, and how funny somebody is. How lighthearted or how easygoing they are. Those are usually the 3 things we usually fall for. Come on, keep it real. And so that conflict, when you're dealing with shadow, I have to put it out here the way the fuck that it is. Stay ill. Can you deal with the good sex and the funny person with no money? Come on. This is the shadow. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm going to just tell you what it is. This is the kind of shadow shit we're dealing with. Can you deal with the money and the funny person with no sex? Let's be for real. And this is the energy we're in. Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I said it. It's not helping. But this is the energy that we're in. And so that it's your overall. It's no surprise. You in your head are probably going bananas trying to make these compromises, because you probably have more than one person that you can, if you aren't close to, can start getting close to. You may have another person that you kind of close to, and you may have a third person that you really are close to, but none of it is really serious. Nobody is throwing no shit out there. And so we come back to the commitment, and that's that shadow. You know, can I make this commitment with this person, and I know they ain't got no job, they ain't making no kind of money, they making less than I am, or they not working. This is what you're dealing with, Taurus. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna just tell it. And that's what's on our mind. On the back end, the energy that's holding us down is that we're trying to make positive movement forward, and the universe is actually helping us make positive movement forward. You probably are seeing it now, but it's not in a physical, I can see you move the chair from there to there. It's not like that. It's real subtle, and it's almost in the way that you're thinking and how you're processing things. Now, for some of you, this may be thinking a little faster, processing things a little faster, even with the Mercury slowdown. You still are getting a handle romantically on some shit, and understanding there's certain things that can go in any kind of different direction, but what is the foundation? So you've got the positive movement forward. The wind does not always blow. Let's just kick this. This is a damn sailboat in this picture. And sailboats go by how the wind go. And if the wind don't go, the boat don't go. Come on now. And sometimes the wind don't go. That don't mean the boat's going to be sitting there forever. It certainly is not. The wind blows somewhere every day. I'm just saying. Just know that you have positive movement forward, Taurus. On top of that, it's about releasing the stress. Usually in its upright position, it's, you know, you just stress the fuck out and you carrying on everybody else's burdens. For this though, it's about you letting go of some things, because you actually are beginning to feel, even though it's slow as hell, there is some positive movement forward, and it is inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter, kind of lifting the overwhelming feeling off of you. This is in no way, by no means, saying that you're not going to ever feel this, or that the feeling is all gone. Some of you, and I am too, you're still feeling kind of overwhelmed, like, damn, which way am I supposed to go? I know I'm moving forward, but where can the fall clear? Y'all hear me? This is a movement card. This is fire energy. So this is definitely about you letting go, and you beginning to feel like you've got at least a little bit of time now to do some other things. Even for those of you in the Americas trying to deal with the holidays, you still feel like, I can catch a breather. And so again, some of this is about the stationing of the planets. Mercury is right in its comfort sweet spot. Today is November 5th. So Mercury went retrograde last Thursday, last Thursday, but you had all that shadow period before. So this right here is the sweet spot. Another 3 or 4 days, you're just going to go back to the bumpy car shit. It just is, because it'll be getting ready to go back into direct mode on the 20th. But you know, you still got all that movement that has to happen between now and the 20th. I'm rambling. Let me keep moving. The sacral chakra. I want. So some of you are dealing with folks right now. Some of you have laid out the law. I want. Whatever that is. Whatever comes after that want. And some of you are like, fuck it. If you were not, and this is because some of you have been hurt. So if you had 10 people on the roster at the beginning of the week, I guarantee by the end of the week, you're only going to have 5 or 6. Because you're going to walk away from those that are not capable of giving you what you want. I have to believe it's about financial stability, but I can certainly feel it is also about emotional stability. And some of y'all ain't getting that emotional stability. People coming with that half-ass bullshit. Come on now. And you bargaining and negotiating with yourself in the damn mirror about what can I really now have to put up with? Do I have to do this? Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. With that, there is the hope. And this is what a lot of y'all are working with right now. Hope. And that's really all you're working with, the hope. that the person that you're dealing with is going to come correctly, because this is fire, this is action. They're going to come correctly. That's the hope, without a whole lot of extra bullshit. I.e., no third party infidelity fucked up bullshit. The hope that you don't have to deal with this. For others of you, it's the hope that you will be able to collaborate, not just with the person you're trying to be with. You see 2 flames right there. But it may be a business piece to your romance. Some of y'all got that going on. For others of you, yet still, this may be about that child. Come on now. That your honey is bringing to the table. And the hope that all of this goes well. Once again, this is what you're working with. And the universe is putting you in this situation towards, kind of understand this. I don't want to understand it, but what the hell? I don't have a choice. The universe is really trying to set us up so that we are independent and clear in our thinking. And I can just keep on with the reading and keep talking about it. When you're clear in your thinking, your personal truths are what they are. And sometimes that means that you have to go a part of the way by yourself so you can stand up in your truth. A lot of times we think, oh, I got my partner and I know everything and I'm good and I feel, but sometimes we don't stand up in our own truth. We're standing up as a party to somebody else's truth, and we've just kind of added it on to ours or overlaid it onto ours. The point here is that the universe is really putting a lot of us in a situation where we need to be clear about our personal truth. That's a 20 up there. Don't think next year ain't 2020. Come on now. And go into this new cycle clear about who the fuck we are. Because when we're clear about who we are, you don't really have to worry about what the Wheel of Fortune gonna kick out to you. You don't really have to worry about whether or not your hope is really gonna come true. You might as well add wishes and dreams onto the back of that. And that you will be able to deal with whatever comes your way. Y'all heard me? Universe is putting you here. A lot of you are struggling. And it's not that things aren't coming to you, but you're struggling because of your thoughts and how you're thinking. And you're trying to figure it out. I get that. I think we all are at that point. We're trying to just figure some shit the fuck out. But you're trying to figure it out. And again, it ain't just you. It's also you. Negotiating. The Wheel of Fortune is spinning. If you thought it wasn't, it is. And a lot of you are, some of you April Tauruses are hearing the final 1 or 2 or 3 clicks before the wheel stops. I don't think for any of us this is bad. I think a lot of Tauruses, and I'm just saying this to you, is what I know personally and what I've seen over the last 10 or 12 years. A lot of Tauruses have been struggling, period. I don't care what you're saying. You can run into any Taurus anywhere and they got a song, a dance, and a story for you about their last relationship and what the hell is currently going on in the romance department. I mean, big stories. So some of you are right at them last 2 or 3 clicks, Wheel of Fortune. Whatever it kicks out for you, I promise you, you're going to be in a better place than where you are. And in part, some of that is you doing some of the battle. And when the Wheel of Fortune is going, yeah, it's that random shit, but don't think, come on now, don't think the universe don't know what's going on and don't have a hand in it. Again, the devil being in the details. Just know, when we get to the new year, see that 20 up there, that is really going to be where you begin to see how far the wheel went, how far it turned, and for some of you, where it's getting ready to stop. And I think most of you will be pleased. Come on, we get to the rejoice and celebration, because we will have changed our beliefs. Some of them anyway. Once again, this is your overall. This ain't going on for no reason. You ain't just up in the mirror battling with yourself because it's cute. No, you doing this because you're trying to sort some shit out. Can I do A and B without C? Or can I do A, B, and E without F and H? Come on. And that is sometimes what we get down to. And the universe, again, for all the things that we've been through, is trying to see how our thinking is, how clear we are about the truth we stand up in. You get to your centerpiece and your challenge, new beginnings. You know it's there. Now, are you reaching out for it or are you bullshitting around? And some of you, I'm going to just kick it as it's coming to me, are going to act like you're too damn busy. I'm too busy working out. Oh, I got to take the kids and I got, Your challenge is not to be that damn busy. I'm telling you what they're telling me. Your challenge is not to be that busy that you can't get on with this new beginning. Some of you are hiding because it's painful and that this is sitting underneath this happy party. Everybody join in infidelity shit. Come on. That is sitting underneath this and that you're hoping that you don't have to deal with this, or that if it's going to be a blended family situation, you ain't got to deal with no baby mama or baby daddy drama. Come on. Don't be so caught up in your pain, dear Taurus, the 8 of coins, and so busy trying to make that money, and really a lot of you are doing that to hide the pain, come on, that you don't catch this new beginning. For some of you, that means you need to slow it down. You just need to get off the gas pedal and move from 50 to 35. You need to just slow down because you're moving too fast. And people that may want to approach you, some of you have people around you that are intimidated. Because Taurus, whether you know it or not, just the virtue of our sign makes us do things a certain way. And we always come off as cool, calm, collected, what the hell ever. And we have that image. And so when we get comfortable and when we are making progress and comfortable in making a progress in our self-esteem and our belief systems and our values, sometimes it comes off as being arrogant or maybe being just too self-possessed. I guess that, and that's not the way we intend for it to be. But because we are making progress, once again, the fight you have in the morning while you're doing your hair, and all of that's not for no reason. You start making progress as you go through that talking and dealing with your shadow side. And you just you don't want to deal with it. Just hide. And because it's like you just ripped the Band-Aid off or something and it's just sore. It hurts the hell. Some of you are there. You need to get over that, Taurus. It's about creating the higher standard and knowing you have the knowledge of the universe to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. Point blank, period. When you are making decisions about spiritual union, and that's, for lack of a better phrase, that's the intimate relationship. That talking to yourself in the mirror, some of you are going to have to change your perspective. And this is the theme going through this. You're going to have to let go. If you want to have this rejoicing and celebration, you're going to have to change some of the things that you believe. And you're going to have to take them horse blinders off and get to your truth. Hello. So you can do what it is you're trying to do, which is right here. Understanding the sacrifices that any of us make in a relationship. It's a learning process. Come on. And for some of you, this is new energy. In sacrifice in and of itself not being new, but the things you're thinking about sacrificing, because you, for lack of a better phrase, we've grown up from where we were this time last year. Let's just start there. We've grown up. Learning. What are you learning? What have you learned about sacrifice that's got you up in the morning talking to yourself in the mirror? Can I do A, B, and not D, but maybe E? That's maturity, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know what it was, sometimes you can't get the whole package. All of us wandering around here, and I had this, and she got had that, he got had this, and they had that. And then, when you, and with the process, and I know we've been talking about processes all year, but I know not long ago we were talking about how your thought processes carry you from one point to the next. What have you learned about relationships, Taurus. What knowledge do you have right now that's going to help you create that higher standard? I'm just saying. Because some of you, you know, if the money ain't right with whoever you dealing with, then you ain't going. But again, I just told you, the universe has got a lot of us in a situation where we're being forced to be independent. Come on now. Because that person you may be overlooking because they don't have enough this, that, and the other might be the very person for you. Again, having them conversations so you can figure this shit out. At the end of all of this energy, it's good, people. The disruption is coming. And this ain't bad. It's not bad at all. The key here is for you to keep your focus on whatever dream it is you have. So if you got a lover and your thing is you want y'all to get married next year, don't let the disruption of getting married, come on, get you off key, get you off focus, get you off point. Don't let it happen like that. It doesn't have to happen like that. Sometimes we get so caught up, get ready, get ready for Christmas, I don't know what to do, and then you just lose your whole focus. Y'all see people, what is the name of that show, Bridezilla? Comes on cable because brides just lose their mind. One of the things this year has been about us just kind of being cool, calm, and collected despite whatever else is going on in our life. And I think a lot of us are moving toward a point where we just want to be cool, calm, and collected all the time. We're tired of fussing and fighting. We're learning easier. When people say they can't help us with the I won't part, it's just easier. You know what? I'm not going to sacrifice emotional support. Let me just walk the fuck away. Or whatever it is for you. I'm not going to sacrifice you not making any money and have me working 2 jobs and overtime and some other shit. I'm going to walk, that's the I want, and you do. Sometimes we can get so caught up in this process that we lose our focus. A lot of you have already been through the process, going through, finishing up the process of cutting folks off that are no longer serving your greater good, your greater purpose, cutting off folks that ain't doing nothing but just adding toxicity to your situation. So that's a good thing. But there may still be some more folks that need to get the, you ain't helping me with the what I need and what I want, the I want card, I'm out. So it's not bad, Taurus. It's a process. I know it feels like you got cement boots on, walking through some mud. I'm feeling the same way. I hear you. But we're making progress. Get grounded. Movement, choices, and decisions. Hello. And that's not even this deck. That's out of this. Okay. So some of you need to know you're going to have some movement, choices, and decisions to make. Just be aware of that. This card is not even supposed to be in this deck, but it was there and I pulled it out. And so somebody needs to know that. When you get down here to this disruption, 5, 11, 12. Yeah, when you get down here to this disruption, just know it'll be at that point you may have some other movement, choices, and decisions to make for you personally, Taurus, not for the collective, just for you personally. Your partner may decide they're moving. You may have to decide if you're going to work for the state, or you're going to work for the federal government, or you're not going to work at all. That kind of movement, those kinds of choices, those kinds of decisions. Again, don't get caught up in the chaos and lose your focus. So what we got? Get grounded. What do you love? Seek solitude. Take your time and let go. I don't even have to expound. Let go. Get grounded. Seek some peace and quiet so you can work through this shadow shit you're working through and get to your truth and make some good decisions. Figure it out. What do you love? That's them damn choices. Can I do A, B, and C without D or not? Just saying. And through it all, take your time. The big decisions you're making, so definitely take your time. Taurus, I'm out. I love you guys. I got more videos to do. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.